Hello and welcome to Mock. You're hearing me, Matthew, and we have yet another Skylanders Trap Team news update. This is basically just wrapping up a few loose ends from Gamescom, and this is news update number 20. So yeah, we're getting through these news updates like Billio. I think there's going to be 5 coming. Well, there's already been... No, sorry, 6. You've already had 4. I've got this one and another one planned, so be... very keeping your eyes keen on the channel. Okay, so first things first in this news update, I just wanted to cover one thing which happened in the trailer, and that was in fact this. A little bit more of a downward sort of look onto this box. Now, what strikes me straight away is you've got these white bits on the sort of naming thing, and I think this is what they've done with the poster. This is my estimate, or me guessing as to what is happening. Maybe they haven't decided on the names, or maybe they're still just finishing off a few more villains, and they're leaving these blank, just so, you know, when they know them, they can then be filled in. Or they could be totally secret villains that we don't know about, and they don't want to give them away. It might be like a special edition sort of... yeah, it could be like special edition sort of Skylanders, so pretty interesting. But just wanted to give a shout out to Smart Guy 1290. Basically, he told me about the trailer. It's quite funny because he told me, and I saw the comment. I was thinking, oh right, okay then, and then all of a sudden it just popped up on my on the channel when you subscribe to them, and I was thinking, oh here it is, okay. But really good trailer. I would definitely say to check it out. I think I put the links in the previous 2 news updates, so you can check them out. But something interesting that happened this morning was in fact this. I found this picture, and basically this is a product which Power A, now quite a few people probably will know what Power A are. They're sort of like a secondary sort of third-party company who... I think have linked up with Activision and all that sort of stuff to bring products along with the game, such as bags and things to carry stuff in. But this thing is really, really cool. Now, if you're wondering what that writing says, you'll probably be able to actually read it, depending on what device you're using. But it says, Villains Gathering at Wolfgang's. So you've got a collection of different villains around here, including Crankcase, Brawl and Chain, Chompy Mage, Broccoli Guy, Buzzardbeak, you got Gulper back there, Wolfgang as well, I think I said that. But there's quite a few there. You can see the traps actually in there, and that is the cardboard box. No, it's not actually. That's not the cardboard box. No, hold on, let's have a look. No, I don't think that is. Or maybe it is. No, I am mistaken. I think it is. Or it's either... just a one that only holds a specific amount. That's interesting though. But really cool box. I'm guessing that in the trailer, the first trailer we've ever seen for Trap Team, the case that the kids open, I think it might have that thing on the top, which I think I showed you in a previous news update. So, moving on, another thing I found out this morning, which was quite interesting, again on the Skylanders Game YouTube channel. Pretty interesting stuff. If you go there, they do give quite a lot of information out. Watching this thing for Gil Runt, little like mini thing showing him off, and basically there it is. This is what I'm on about. Basically this is a sort of pre-order exclusive, but you'll see, you know, you've got the game over here, not saying exactly what sort of like console it's on. There's a few bits and bobs over there. I think it's about traps and that. That, I think, up in on the very side of it, in the middle, is the Nightmare Express with blades. Interesting that they put it on the side there. But over to the left-hand side, you'll see Gil Runt and Gil Grunt in a 2-pack. Now, this is interesting because it looks like it's an exclusive only to Walmart. Let me just give you a zoom in on this. There you go. So it's a Walmart exclusive. I can't read what it says in the corner. It probably says like core character with mini. Now, what's interesting is that this could mean that there might be 2-packs for others, because we've got Frino coming out again, and we've also got the Small Fry. We've got Jetvac, and we've also got Petvac. So interesting stuff going on there. We could be getting more double packs of these. Whether they'll do it for Giants, I don't know. But you know, if you don't already have, for example, you know, if they're going to do a 2-pack, which I'm pretty certain they are, seeing as this is here as well. Picture of Spry and Mini Genie, so you've got the magics together. So that might mean that you might have to, if you don't already have the Giants or the previous, like Trigger Snappy and all that sort of stuff, you may have to get these instead rather than going for the double pack. If this is an exclusive, but I don't really think it would be an exclusive. After a few months, it'd probably come out everywhere in stores. Now, just going back again, just to show you this, Eon's Elite, pretty interesting. The back of the box, don't know which one in particular this is. It could be Spyro, seeing as it actually says Spyro. I'm blind. But it says 3 times more powerful, decorated in metallic armor and 3D diorama case. So I'm guessing this is the very back of it, or at least the box that holds it. If you look at the bottom though, you can see Elite Spyro, Elite Chop Chop, Elite Whirlwind, and Elite Trigger Happy. And they're all in their Series 1 poses. So we've got 4 of them, which is pretty interesting. I have to say, give a bit of a shout out to myskylanders.de. It's worth going to that the website. You can like them on Facebook as well. Pretty interesting stuff that they bring up on there. So, you know, check out them. So moving on, obviously we've got the packaging here, but we've also got these, which are showed. So it's pretty interesting we get Spry and Mini Genie together, but we also do get this 2-pack. I've had to cut the box in half a little bit, but it's Ice Small and Hijinks together in a box. So again, that's pretty interesting. We're actually seeing a bit of packaging. Let's just go back and show you that. You know, it looks pretty cool. It keeps with this sort of trap sort of box. With all the rest of them as well, you know, they've all got that sort of like sharp edging sort of thing, which looks really, really cool. So let's just move on to another thing I found out, which is this. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa, okay, what's this? It's a Wii U gamepad, but in the middle, it's actually, that is Bushwhack, and basically, it's an exclusive thing which the gamepad for the Wii U is offering, which is you can actually poke and tickle the different Skylanders. So whenever you switch between them, so whether it's the villain or your character, for example, the Trapmaster, the Cause, any of them, you'll be able to poke them or like give them a tickle. I know it seems a bit weird, but you like, it's a bit of interaction. So it's as if they're trapped in the gamepad as well. So that's pretty interesting. You can just tap the villain as well. And actually see inside. Let me just show you this one as well. There is the Gulper, and it actually, when it's the trappable villain, it's in the trap, and it's really interesting. You just like poke him, and he sort of like tries to grab your finger. It's pretty funny, pretty interesting there. Wanted to just clarify something. I mentioned, I think, in one of the previous 3 updates, which I put out on Wednesday, that I saw glowing weapons. Now, apparently, glowing weapons mean either one of 2 things. There's Traptanium shards near, or there's like enemies. So whenever you're fighting, or whenever you're near a Traptanium thing, like this with Bushwhack, you can see here that his axe is lighting up a really, really bright, sort of, really pulsing with energy, because it's next to that Traptanium. Again, as well, you've also got this, which is, what's that, Wildfire, and his shield. You can see the shield is sort of like lighting up slightly, because he's fighting a villain there. So pretty interesting stuff. And also, when that happens, it means that the actual Traptanium weapon and the Trapmasters, they get like extra power, which is very, very cool. Okay, so let's move on again and show you this. So this happened in one of the chapters which have been showed off, I believe, at Gamescom. And basically, this character is called Mags. And to be honest, I really like the hat, and I really, really like this spear, or the sort of staff she's got, because it's like a wrench and then there's like a cog at the top, but it looks really, really cool there. She almost looks like she's got like some sort of chocolate fondue or fountain coming off her head. which is pretty interesting. But her name is Mags. Apparently, she's the inventor of the Skylanders Academy, or possibly the person in charge of it. Which is pretty cool. Now, I just wanted to go over this. As far as I know, you might not meet her. You might meet her at the end of one chapter, but she's got a quest in one of these chapters. Now, we've had 3 chapter names. I'm just going off subject a smidgen. We've had 3. Now, we know the first level is going to be called Soda Springs. We also know that one of them is going to be called the Sewers of Supreme Stink. And this one, in fact, where this is taken, it's called the Rainfish Riviera. So we've got 3. I can't remember if any more have been announced. If there has, please comment down below, because I would like to know if there has. But yeah, pretty cool. We got a new sort of person in charge of us, you know. I think Tess is coming back as well. I think I noticed a level where she's there with the birds, so pretty cool. So, yeah, let's move on and just show you this. This is Brawlrus. Just wanted to get this. This is like wanted poster. I like to call them wanted posters because, you know, it's like, there you go, slap the villain on here to see who he is. Obviously, it says, you know, it's like preparing you, saying tech trap. Get the tech trap ready. So, pretty cool there. Now, what I just wanted to show you was this in particular. This is just the thing when you put the trap in, and then it comes up with his little circular thing, and then it sort of goes into the trap, so that's pretty interesting. But whenever I read his name, I keep thinking Brawl Are Us. It's pretty funny. But when you fight him, actually, in the fight scene, he uses his massive starfishes, and when they actually, this is probably the same with the enemies as well. When you actually have him, when you fire it at, when he fires at the Skylander, they get stuck to them and slows them down and sort of makes them yellow, which is interesting. So the starfish obviously produces some sort of slime, goes over you, you slow down. So really cool that we know his move is like that. You know, we knew that he was firing them, but we didn't know exactly what they would do. But that's pretty cool nevertheless. So on to something else, which is this. Now you're probably wondering, why are you showing me a huge mountain of chocolate bars? Well, this isn't chocolate bars. Basically, this is a wooden bridge. Now, apparently there's this thing going on throughout this thing, such as like collectibles like keys. They're still in Skylanders, but with bridges now, you've got like different puzzles, and throughout the game you will get different types of bridges. I believe I've seen a metal one, and I think there was a bamboo one. So you've got wood, metal and bamboo. I'm guessing there's going to be other ones, but you've got to try and work it out, and I'm guessing this is going to be a very tricky one, especially when you've got different areas, and I'm guaranteeing you it might be like, this item might only have 2 uses, you've got to go across one bridge, but you can't see over it, and it could be an exclusive, like a little puzzle or a little like hat or something like that, and then you might miss out on something else on the other side. So it's interesting, you've got to sort of like choose or possibly go back to the chapter in order to have a look at that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So moving on, let's just go to this. So this is this is Skylanders. Yeah, it is. This is Skystones. You can see most of the characters that we've already covered. I'll be going through the Pepper guy at the top in a sec. But this is the screen when you basically start the sort of battle, I call it, or the game. And it sort of comes up with your recommended stones, but also you are allowed to pick your own ones, and you can see them here. Now, going across, obviously, from left to right, not the bottom part, the top part with the biggest stones. Going across, you can see the Chompy Mage is just there with his little puppet. I actually can't see what this thing is. It's a troll, but it's like got red eyes, or like red control sticks, and a mouth. So that's interesting. I'd like to know what his name is. If anyone knows, please comment down below, because that would be very interesting. I will give you a shout out. You've also got the oh, I can't think what it's called. The Shrednaut? Yeah, Shrednaut. You got Chillbill there, some sort of bird thing there. I will get onto that in a sec. You got the Pepper guy there, and then at the bottom are all the ones there. So it's very much like the previous one, and also when you win one of these, so say for example you find a person and he challenges you, you'll win a stone. I mean, I found out if you keep playing, you'll keep getting stones off them until they like give you money. Once they give you money, that's it, they haven't got any more stones. But interesting that you can like find these stones, upgrade your sort of collection at the bottom, and then start battling. Now, speaking of battling, let's just get on to this bit. Now, during the fight scene, there was a few different things that happened. Now, you get the stones put on, and I think the first time we ever saw this, nothing in terms of voice actually happened. Now, whenever you put a stone on, the audio will actually say his name. You know, it normally says like when you trap something like Brawlrus captured, that sort of thing. But this guy in particular, quite tough to find out that second part. But this guy in particular has the name Slobber. It's Slobber either Trap or Trout. I that's what I can hear. It's quite obvious. It's quite obvious. It's quite hard to listen to it, but all I could hear was slobber and then the word T, and it sounded like trap, but I also heard the word trout. So it's either trap or trout. It could be something else. I mean, it could be plant, like slobbered plant, possibly. Now let's move on to this guy, which we've just seen before in the stones. This guy is actually called Cuckoo Clocker. And he's sort of in some sort of samurai armor. Now, I'm guessing all the stones that are on here are all enemies. So, I'm guessing probably you'll get a Chaos one as well. But you can, you know, get these stones. This guy's called Cuckoo Clocker. I don't... Obviously, we'll probably be able to capture him. But what I know is that he looks like a bird. He's wearing what looks like samurai armor. And he looks pretty awesome, to be honest. So, yeah, pretty cool. So let's just move on to this guy, right? And this guy, I think I mentioned I wanted him to be called Chili Chef or Pepper Chef. And I was pretty close, actually. His name was Chef Pepperjack. So, pretty close. I'm quite surprised. I was like, is that really his name? It is. Because I kept thinking he was some sort of Christmas thing, because he looked as if he was a snowman. But no, that's his chef's white, so it's pretty interesting that we got this dude here. Now you'll see at the very bottom that he's got this sort of fiery symbol at the bottom, and that's special attacks. Now I mentioned this before with the Chompy Mage and the sort of +2 hearts. Now what happens is when these are activated, I don't know if this happened before, but there is an animation. Now the animation looks something like this. Pretty interesting. You get this nice HD look of Chef Pepperjack with his fiery whisk action. So he's probably a fire Skylander, going by what his fire is, his little token at the bottom. But it's pretty interesting that you get this sort of animation. I'm guessing if the other player was to put that on, they'd get that as well. So really cool to see that. Now talking of Skystones, now apparently whether this is for every single version of the game, but apparently on the Wii U as well, another exclusively sort of thing which has been said is that you're allowed to play Skystones whenever you want. So I don't know whether it's like you have to just play against like just a random person, or you can actually choose one of the opponents you've already done. But it's interesting that you can just go on the pause menu and just play Skystones if you get a little bit, you know, tired of fighting some baddies, you know, just take your time out just to do that. So it's pretty interesting. I'm guessing that the game will probably come up with on the gamepad, so it's pretty cool. Say, for example, if you can't play on the TV, you can just, you know, go back onto your pad, and you can just, you know, play your Skystones on there. So pretty cool that is actually there. So moving on, I'm looking for stuff. Yes. So we got this picture here. Now this guy's apparently called Bombshell. So he's sort of like a turtle, which is interesting because I would have liked to see turtles, you know, do something, and now they do. This guy's got bombs all over him, and he throws bombs. He's pretty ranged attack, you know. I'm guessing he probably could be an enemy to capture, so pretty interesting. Here's just another look at him. I know it's a little bit difficult to see. That one's probably the best version. But there he is there, sort of about to throw a bomb. So what else did I want to talk to you about? Oh yes, I remember. So just wanted to show you this as well. This is when you finished a level, and this one's on the Soda Springs. So some pretty interesting stuff that's going on here. Now obviously you get the stars for doing this specific thing, which you mostly do throughout, in order to proceed through the whole chapter. The next one is then showing you this. So you've got no lives lost, which is a constant. All areas found, obviously they weren't all found. There's a few. They didn't really show any of the elemental gates, so that's fine. They missed 2 enemies, so that's the same thing. Villains are different. You know, it shows you what villains were in this level. So that'd be pretty cool to know if you got every villain in that thing. There could be like a special one that is still stuck, maybe underground, and you needed a trap master. And also you've got elemental gates there, which are all ticked off. So it looks as if maybe they become mystery, or they stay a mystery if you don't see them. When you see them, then they become, you know, something else. So possibly, maybe if you go through one, there might be another one, something like that. But pretty cool there. So they get ticked off, and then you get the big tick. And then at the very end, you've also got story scrolls, treasure chests, soul gems, which were 3 in this one, winged sapphires, they're back, and hats as well. So pretty cool there. So just rounding off everything, you know, some pretty cool information. I don't think I have left anything out. Oh, yes, I have. Just wanted to say about the timing thing. I said about the timer being something like 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden I thought, oh, it was a minute. Now apparently there's these things called villain quests. And apparently these, when you find them throughout the chapters, so it'll sort of like totally like stop the game and you'll just do this thing in particular, or at least you'll find it and be able to do it when you get back to the hub, I think. But when you complete them, you'll be able to get a different uniform. There's all these uniforms now. You go on the little menu and you can just choose their uniforms. I think Skylanders get them as well, which will be pretty cool. But also, when you complete it, instead of possibly having 30 seconds, it may go to 45 or a minute. So by doing them, you increase the time that you have with that specific villain. So whichever one's your favourite, you may want to do that one and get some more time out of him. So some pretty interesting stuff going on there. You know, all around, pretty happy with that. You know, it's really, really cool news. Finishing off Gamescom. If there's anything that I've missed from Gamescom, I'm sure I'll be able to just find it and put it in another thing, another update. But, you know, pretty interesting. So, guys, if you've enjoyed this, then you can hit that subscribe button, because this Saturday, or tomorrow, I'll say, I'll be putting another news update out. Pretty special one, just to show off something in particular I just wanted to show. Features 3 Trap Masters. But I will show you that tomorrow. Yes, and then you can comment down below anything that I've already said. You know, there was the thing about any chapters that I missed. There was the thing about one of the Skystones, which I didn't know the name of. So if you know them, comment down below. I will give you a shout out. Anything in particular as well, you know, did you enjoy the video? Would you like me to do anything different? Let me know down below. And you can also rate the video as well, so I know you're enjoying the videos and the updates, because, you know, as always, I'm loving them. I'm a bottle of pop right now. I've still got the bottle of pop underneath my desk. I would smack my head, but I can't be arsed. But there we go, guys. So thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye for now.